Real estate test questions. I'm here to help you pass your real estate exam. Let's get it on your first try. Big shout out to William E. Ayala. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Passed on your first try. William loves me. I love William. William, I hope you just have a great real estate career. If you want to pass on your first try, just like our boy, Mr. Ayala, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you can study these test questions. Okay, let's get you ready for your test. Question number 1. Which of these is not a helpful homeowner tip? A. Display lots of family photos to impress potential buyers. B. Declutter your garage and basement. C. Bake muffins or cinnamon rolls to create a homey feel. D. Make sure all light bulbs and lamps are working and bright. So remember, this is a not question. So this is what you should not tell a homeowner when they're selling their home. The answer is A. Display lots of family photos to impress potential buyers. So I also kind of like answer C. Bake muffins or cinnamon rolls to create a homey feel. You know, what if people are gluten free or they got allergies? You know, that could be an issue. But yeah, for the most part, when you're presenting a home, you don't want all your personal things in there, right? It might be hard for a potential buyer to envision themselves when they see all of your family photos. You know, they probably want something a little bit more neutral. And yeah, some buyers might even feel like, dang, I'm kind of like they're walking on eggshells because they're in your home and it's not their home. So yeah, the answer is A. Don't display a lot of personal photos. Buyers don't care about that. Question number 2. Which of these forms is not filled out by the seller? A. Smoke detector of compliance. B. Modification of terms. C. Transfer disclosure statement. D. Water heater compliance. The answer is B. Modification of terms. So sellers are going to be 100% responsible for completing a real estate transfer disclosure statement. They're going to have to do a seller's affidavit of non-foreign status and or California withholding exemption forms, the water heater compliance, smoke detector compliance, and lead-based paint disclosures. So yeah, typically modification of terms forms are not completed by the seller. Question number 3. If there is no interest in the property on a given week, the agent should A. Skip the activity report for the week. B. Share that information with the sellers. C. Tell the sellers you expect an offer to be coming soon. D. Tell the sellers it's time to reevaluate the price. This is actually a really relevant question. I like this one. The answer is B. Share that information with the sellers. A part of your listing process when you represent a seller should be a weekly update on activity, either what you did to try to actively go get some buyers, or if any brokers or buyers reached out to you, right? So communication is key. Sellers don't want to be left in the dark. Question number 4. All of these statements are true except which one? A. Virtual tours are a very expensive marketing tool to use. B. An agent should print off a copy of the listing on the company's internet site to send to sellers. C. Participation in the MLS increases a licensee's inventory. D. Property evaluations from other agents have valuable information for sellers. The answer is A. Virtual tours are a very expensive marketing tool to use. And so remember, this question is asking you all of these statements are true except which one. So basically it's asking which one is not true. You know, with today's world, technology is pretty advanced. Online virtual tours are not expensive at all. The software is pretty cheap. So yeah, the answer is A. Question number 5. All of these activities are appropriate to do within the first few days of obtaining a listing, except which? Another except which one? So these ones, the wording, you just got to make sure you know what they're asking before you look at the answers. Just get some clarity and then go through the answers. A. Give the sellers a copy of some homeowners tips. B. Discuss modifying the listing price. C. Explain your marketing plan to the sellers. D. Have the broker send a thank you for listing letter to the sellers. So the answer here is B. Discuss modifying the listing price. Typically, you're not asking a seller to modify their listing price unless, you know, it's been 14 or 21 days and you've gotten just no activity at all. Price is probably the indication, or your pricing strategy was off. So yeah, just make sure you know what the question is asking before when you have these like accept which one. So we've gone through 5 questions. If you think this is helpful, if you like these types of videos, go ahead and drop me a comment so I have some feedback. And then always let me know what questions you're struggling with or what questions you want more of so I can go ahead and make those videos for you. Question number 6. You should try to attach a rider strip to your for sale sign that has A, your home telephone number, B, your GRI designation, C, your cell phone number, and D, your fax number. The answer is C, your cell phone number. So rider strips are attached to for sale signs and should include the agent's cell phone number and or the home's special features. Personally, I like fax. No, I'm just kidding. No one uses fax. But you want to be available to answer any inquiries that you get on the listing. The best way to do that is leave your cell phone number. Question number 7. Which of these marketing tools is not considered a traditional tool? A, a flyer. B, a classified ad. C, photos. D, a video tour. So the answer here is D, video tour. Video tours are a newer technology, but I would say it's very common now to have video tours if the property allows. And so obviously flyers, classified ads, and photos, they've been around forever. So the answer here is D, video tour. Question number 8. Which of the following actions by an agent would probably most upset the sellers? Okay, this is funny. A, conducting an agent open house. B, sending a weekly activity report. C, sharing all visitor comments 2 weeks before the listing ends. D, placing a classified ad in the weekend newspaper. So this one is a little bit of common sense, right? The answer is C. If you're sharing all the comments and feedback 2 weeks before your listing ends, you probably don't deserve to have that listing, right? So you should be giving weekly updates. You should be constantly giving communication, even if the communication is, hey, like we're not getting any activity. Obviously, conducting open houses, you're trying to get as much traffic and buyers through the property to check it out. Sending a weekly activity report, that should be standard as well. And then obviously placing a classified ad in the newspaper, once again, you're doing something to try to market the property. The answer is C. Once again, don't upset your seller by just not communicating with them. Question number 9. All of these items are important to include on your weekly activity report except which? A, number of calls that week. B, agent comments about the property. C, classified ads placed on the property. D, number of hits on the company website. So the answer here is D, number of hits on the company website. So once again, right, it's a except which, so basically you're going to put the least important one, and that's your answer here. The number of hits on a company's website, probably not that relevant because there's other traffic that goes to website, but number of calls for the specific property, agent feedback, and then, how you're advertising. Those are important things for when you're selling a property. Question number 10. If someone shows up at the seller's door unexpectedly to see the home, the seller should A, tell them to call your office. B, invite them in and show them around. C, take their names and call your office. D, ask them to leave. So the answer here is C, take their names and call your office. Obviously, if someone is unexpectedly showing up to your seller's home, that's an issue. Answer B, invite them in and show them around. Yeah, that's not safe. We're not doing that. And D, ask them to leave. You don't necessarily want to just ask them to leave. There could have been just like a miscommunication and these buyers actually are like qualified and they, maybe they set up the tour, but it wasn't communicated with the seller. But most importantly, right, you're thinking about your seller's safety, and then those unexpected buyers should not be going in without their agent. They should not be touring. That is a major safety issue for your sellers. So this one's kind of a common sense one as well. But yeah, have them just get their names, have them call your office, and then you can verify for them if a tour was scheduled. So these questions today were actually somewhat relevant for when you become an agent. I did like some of these because some of them are practical. As always, I want to see you pass your real estate exam on the first try. Make sure you're studying, make sure you're in a good mindset, you're well rested when you take that test, and you're well prepared. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me.